Good afternoon. It's hot and windy. I'm out with my buddy right here. He's keeping an eye on everything. So I have tomato starts that I have grown from seed, along with a miscellaneous kale plant and a couple of strawberries that are an experiment. These have to get potted up, and I'm gonna get pots ready to do that. I am mixing my own potting soil to help save a little bit of money. And I am getting ready to put some tomato starts into containers so I can get them up onto the deck to grow. Very exciting. They've been out here hardening off and they look really good. And I have 6 containers. I have to sort through some of my potting mixes and some of the compost I've got, and basically I'm making up my own potting mix. You buy it all pre-made. The quality isn't always super fantastic, and it's really expensive when you start getting to this size container and multiples of them. I've already got several made up. So the red container is where I'm mixing everything up, and I'm close to having all my compost on site, but I'm not there yet, so I did have to bring in some compost. There's a couple brands that I've had good luck with, so I just stick with them. But the general recipe is 1 part soil just from your yard. Mine is in decent shape, so I use whatever I'm digging up from transplanting stuff around my garden. And then you want 1 part compost or peat moss, whichever, depending on your plants. If they like some acidic soils, then peat moss is a good way to go. You can't go wrong with compost though. And then 1 part of perlite or vermiculite. I'm using perlite in this case because that's what I was able to find. So I will get going. In order to use up a little bit of volume in these containers, I'm going to fill the bottom with some rotted leaves from my compost pile. This isn't really finished compost, but it is something that will go at the bottom of the container and just help eat up a little bit of space and keep the containers a little bit lighter. So just something I've done that works pretty well in my experience. Let's meet one of my absolute favorite garden tools. This is my garden cart. Some people are wheelbarrow team, some people are team garden cart. I'm both. I'm going to be using this to haul up compost so I can get my pots assembled all at the same time. Also, it works as a really nice potting bench in makeshift situations like this. So, just thought I'd give it a shout out in case you're interested. I love this thing. So I'm digging down a little ways. I'm grabbing some of the leaves that are beginning to decompose, but they're not transformed completely into compost. And I'm just getting a pile that I think will work to fill up the bottoms of my containers. This is going to be about what I need. Again, my tools are a broad fork that I love for working in the compost pile or turning over garden soil, and then just a spade that helps me dig a little farther. Now I'm using those beginning compost leaves to backfill my containers, and I'm mixing up my potting soil in the large red container using the spade to stir it up, and then I'll get my containers ready to go for planting. I got them in, they are planted. So I think aside from starting a container with squash and a couple of herbs that need to be transplanted, these are all ready to go. They just need water, and I'll move them into place before I water them. They're going to be just above me on the deck where there's more sun and no deer. That's the biggest problem in this yard. But here we are. Roma, a little basil, another couple of Roma seedlings, and a kale, and 2 little tiny strawberries I got started from seed. So fingers crossed we'll have some good stuff growing and that they do well. They should have a good start though with this custom potting soil mix. Until next time, bye.